Subjects.
What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy J Tuck. So today I want to address yesterday's video. So a lot of people, thank you for watching the video, was reaching out to me saying, yo Tuck, it feels like you're wanting to say and tell us something, but you just won't say it, right? And even though that's the case, what I have to understand is, even though I've accomplished a lot in my short media journey, right? There are still people who's trying to climb that mountaintop and reach the peak of their careers as well. So I can't be as chaotic, right, and ruin opportunities for them. I feel like as a leader in this community, it'd be selfish of me to do that. But I sat back yesterday and I thought, what is an easy, digestible way that I can say what I'm trying to say without ruffling too many feathers, right? And what I'll say is this: as a kid, the X-Men. The X-Men was my favorite comic book series and cartoon series. I mean, it was colorful. You had characters with vibrant personalities. You had action. You had Rogue. Like, you had a lot of great things when it comes to the X-Men. And when it comes to the X-Men, everybody should be familiar with Professor X. Not Professor O, but Professor X, right? So who was Professor X? Professor X was somebody who wanted mutants. Now, for the sake of this conversation, when I say mutants, I want you to think of new media and also content creators, right? So mutants, new media, right? But Professor X wanted mutants and human civilians to just coexist, right? But sometimes Professor X would say, hey, suppress your superpowers. Don't be as chaotic, right? Maybe Rogue need to wear your gloves, right? Wolverine, don't be as aggressive. Mystique, how about you just kind of stay in your human form and just blend in and make everyone easier to digest us as mutants versus walking around in your blue skin, and just be resolved, stay within the lines, and just blend in. So you kind of translate that. That's telling some of my sisters in this industry, don't wear your natural hair. You know, straighten things out, make it a little bit more digest. How about you do your makeup a little bit differently? How about you change your vocal dialect just to blend in, to make things easier to digest when it comes to sports media? Hey, J Tuck, don't be so loud on Twitter. How about you just kind of just report just like everyone else does, so it's comfortable for everyone to understand and embrace you as a mutant or new media, right? But then there is my favorite comic book character. Like, he's my number one comic book character who I love, right? I loved him ever since I was a kid. I wrote reports on him when I was in 3rd grade, right? So kind of funny I'm doing this, right? Is Magneto. Magneto also wanted mutants to be accepted, but his approach was a little bit different. He didn't want you to blend in. He wanted you to realize you are special. Don't change, Mystique. You walk around proudly in your blue skin. Wolverine, be aggressive, right? Jean Grey, you are the most dominant and physical being on this planet. You are a god. Do not bow to them. You don't have to sit and fit in to make them comfortable. They should have to become comfortable with you, right? And so that's the kind of the same approach that you see with some content creators. Like, no, you don't have to change who you are. If you like to cuss a little bit, cuss a little bit. You don't have to change your hair color. You don't have to change your heritage to blend in, to make everybody else comfortable, to fit their standard. If you like banging on Twitter and going hard on Twitter and speaking your truth, you speak your truth. Don't cave to them. Do not cave. You be true to who you are, because you are special. You have the superpower. You can create your own show. You can start from scratch and build your following to 125,000 people with no additional help. You can do a live show for 2 hours. You can produce. You are the superpower. Do not cave to make everybody else comfortable.
We are the future, Charles, not them. They no longer matter.
So when you take Professor X and you take Magneto, who was considered the real villain of the series? It was Magneto. He was the one they would send their armies after. He was the one Professor X would even kind of come after to kind of stop, right? He was considered the villain when he just wanted right for his people. They would send their shots, they would send their armies, they would shoot bullets, but they just couldn't end Magneto. Shooting shots, shooting tweets. Stop. It's not enough. You're not powerful enough to stop me. But then what happened? There's a character in X-Men called Bolivar Trask. He was a scientist, and he viewed mutants, content creators, as a serious threat. So he knew that he couldn't send your typical army. That's not going to work. Your guns, your tanks, that is not going to work. So he created what's called Sentinels, which are robots and machines. But in order to complete what he was trying to do, he needed mutant DNA. So he had to get some of that mutant genetics, right? And so what you'll see sometimes in our community is certain insiders. Hey, Law Nation, I love your content. I love your show, pal. I would love to work with you. Hey, Mark Holmes. Hey, buddy. I really like you. We should work together. Vosh Lombardi, Skywalker Steel, TMJ Tuck, I love you. We should work together. And then when you let your guard down, you're stealing your mutant genetics, right? Stealing it. So now you look on shows and you see people with shades on, sunglasses on. That's that Vosh G, you know? You see people able to build a new following. That's that Law Gene. You see people vlogging now. That's that Mark Holmes. You see people a little bit spicier on Twitter. That's that J Tuck DNA. You see people doing morning shows and trying to create and produce better shows. That's that Skywalker DNA. So what they are doing is building Sentinels. And they're taking our DNA from our community and pumping it into their own guys and sending him out to the YouTube sphere. So now it's easy, right, to say, hey, I ain't gonna listen to what Boss Cowboy has to say. I'm gonna go with the insider on YouTube now because they're inside the building. I trust their word over everybody else's word. Their words do not mean a thing. That's how you battle the content creation community, right? Because they can't control us, right? You can control everybody in the house, but you can't control what I say on Twitter. You can't control what Boss does on live show or Skywalker doesn't like. You can't control that. But what you can do is you can build your own machines to kind of counteract and mirror some of the things that we do, but they're under your control, and try to wipe out the existence of what we call mutants. So this is why you see me kind of speaking out vocally, because we're the last uncompromised piece that you guys have as Cowboys fans, and not only Cowboys fans, Eagles fans as well. And trust me, they are coming to wipe us out. That's why you see a lot of people always just shooting at me, Magneto, on Twitter. Now, granted, with my superpower, it's not gonna work. But they're sending in more machines, y'all. They're sending in more machines, and they're trying to wipe us out because they want to suppress your superpower. But like I always say, Cowboys Nation, we are here for you. We are not going without a fight, but we see the war that's coming on in hand, and I see some of the things that's going on, and I personally don't like it, right? Because it's easy to have a Sentinel shoot shots at Dak Prescott, shoot shots at Micah Parsons, shoot shots at Amari Cooper, shoot shots at Mike McCarthy, right? Your Sentinels are shooting, and here we are, X-Men, ching, 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 ching. You know what I'm saying? Trying to protect the star, but they're building more and more and more in the lab. So you gotta make sure that you're staying woke and paying attention, to everything going around you, man. So it's your boy J Tuck. Hopefully y'all got what I was saying. I did some edits and had a little fun with it because I love cartoons and I love these movies, and I'm excited that the actual cartoon will be returning. But I think that a majority of you can digest what I'm saying, and hopefully I didn't ruffle any feathers, and if I did, oh well, I gave up, I tried, right? But like I said, at the end of the day, all I want, just speaking for me personally, is for my Dallas Cowboys team to win a championship. That's what I'm here for. That is absolutely the only thing that I'm after. I'm not here for friends, I'm not here for job opportunities, I'm not here for money, any of that. I want to see my team win a championship, and I want to put my players in the best situation to help them do that, man. So comment, like, subscribe. It's your boy J Tuck. Follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. We got draft film dropping right after this video, but beware those Sentinels.